All right, good morning for you. It's actually evening here. I'm on location, whatever that means. Uh, just out in the nature of Texas. Listen, I came across this verse. I wanted to talk about it. It struck me. I've never really articulated this before. And man, I was reading this in Isaiah chapter 60, and in verse 7 it says this: the flocks of Kedar will be given to you, and the rams of Nebaioth will be brought for my altars. I will accept their offerings. I will make my temple glorious. And you know, in the passage, all of this makes sense. This is God talking about how he's going to restore the nation, how he's going to do all of this stuff to the nation of Israel. But he says this one thing: I will accept their offerings. And as I was thinking about this, it struck me how we can get so arrogant at times, where we assume God would accept our offering. It's almost like this entitlement mindset that I completely, like, I've never really thought about it, but we do see throughout the scripture people in a humble state, in the reality of where they stand as basically as who they are, who God is. Let me get into the light a little bit better here. And they understand that God owes them nothing. And even that, people often, they come to God and they are like trying to buy his favor, which is, it's nuts. It's foolishness. You can't buy God's favor. But this mindset exists in people's hearts and people's minds. Like, they wouldn't even consider whether or not God would accept their offering, whether or not the offering was made with the right intentions, and whether or not God weighs those intentions and it's important to him. But like, even when we look in the Gospels, we see Judas, he betrays Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. And when he basically realizes what he's done and how wrong it was, and he goes back to the high priest and he throws the money down, they say, we're not even going to bring this into the temple. This is blood money. We can't use that. We can't accept it as an offering. So they even had that awareness back then. They knew that. And here in Isaiah chapter 60, God says, he basically says, I will accept their offering. Well, what's the implication there? The implication is there are some offerings that won't be accepted. Oh, look at the rains. I don't know if you know this, but it's raining here. It's kind of exciting for me because I'm, living in Southern California. Don't get a lot of that. But back to the topic, there is a reality that has to set in. Even God accepting an offering that we give, even that is grace, because we've erred, we've sinned, we've rebelled against his authority and his kingship in our lives. And the fact that he would even do that is grace. And sometimes we have to really understand the level of his grace, and we have to thank him for it. And the reason I point this out is because that arrogance gets in the way. It does. It gets in the way of our relationship with the Lord in a lot of ways, but even our mindset of understanding our relationship with the Lord is hindered by that arrogance, by that mindset that says, of course God's going to accept this, of course, because it's mine. You know, I don't know. And look, I'm not really casting stones here. I just, even reading it, like, I was really struck by it and said, man, like, okay, Lord, am I that person that has that mindset? Do I really come to the Lord and say, Lord, here's my offering. I give it to you in humility. You know, I thank you for even receiving it. It is a completely different mindset, and it's something that I think we have to really be. We have to be mindful of that. We have to be more attentive to the reality of what the scripture says basically regarding how compassionate and how loving God is to us. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys today. I wanted you to, as usual, I just wanted to give you something to think about, to ponder, and I hope that blesses you. I hope that the Lord uses it in your life. So may the Lord richly bless you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll catch up with you again soon. God bless.